No problem. Take a moment.
So I'll introduce Ellen Deaton, and I'm not sure she'll add a few things in on her side also. So Ellen is a past district governor of our Rotary District 7730. She's here up the road from me in Maysville, and Ellen was involved with the Olympic Planning Committee. And Ellen, I wish you could help me out with that. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I know you were involved in your other life as a planner for the Olympics.
Yes, I was. I was in Atlanta, Georgia for the 100th anniversary. Then I went to Salt Lake City for Winter Games. Then I went to Manchester, England to work for the Queen. And then after that, I went to Greece to help them for a little while. I didn't stay in Greece very long. They were not, at that point, very receptive to a female helping them out very much. So I decided it was time for me to come home.
What did you do in terms of planning for the Olympics?
I was a venue technology manager. If it had a cable, a wire, or a desktop or something like that that had to go to it, then I engineered it to get there. But everything was all temporary.
Yeah.
So we might have cable running through a tree to a window, through the window into the building, because it was all going to be torn down, And so it was really.
Did you work for IBM before they gave up the contract?
No, I worked for AT&T.
Okay, so I worked for IBM, and the last game I worked on was the Sydney Games.
Okay. Yeah, IBM was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then when I was in Salt Lake City, they were not.
The last game they worked on was the Sydney Games.
Yeah. It's one. Did you get to work the games?
No, I worked back-end IT.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I ran the email system for the Olympics.
Okay. All right. Yeah. The Olympic Park in Atlanta was my venue. And the night before the bombing, I was sitting on that bench outside the AT&T tower.
Wow.
Yeah. Look, I can't get this meeting is being recorded off my screen. I keep saying got it, but it's not gotten it yet.
Uh-oh.
And I'm afraid if I say leave meeting, I'll be gone.
That's exactly what will happen.
Yes.
Hopefully when we start on this, I don't have to see the slides because I've got a copy of them anyway. But, it was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. Now, Salt Lake City was very disturbing because of 9/11. And I worked with there, even though I was doing technology, I had to keep, when the towers were hit, then I worked with the FBI and the Secret Service to make sure everything was set and above board, so it was kind of hairy because our offices were up on the 22nd floor of a building. And I told him, I said, I'm really not sure I want to be up here. I think I'll go back down to the first floor. And if you need anything, call me, because I didn't want to be up there because they were afraid that the third plane was coming to Salt Lake City instead of going to Pennsylvania. So it was.
Well, that's the best introduction I can do.
So see, Pat, next time you'll be able to do this.
That's right.
So Ellen, do you have a presentation that you give about your work with the Olympics?
No, every once in a while people ask me questions and I talk about it.
Okay.
I can tell you that I had lunch with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip.
Wow.
Because when I was in Manchester, those were the Commonwealth Games, you know, for England and their Commonwealth countries. And she came, I was at the Athletes Village. She came to the Athletes Village to meet some of the athletes. So some of us were invited to eat lunch with her. Now, let me assure you, I was not given, you know, choice seating. She and Prince Philip and their entourage were down here on this end of the table with the crystal, the silver, glass plates. Those of us who were invited to come and just show that the table was full were down here on the end with paper cups, plastic utensils, and a paper plate. So, you know, even though I ate lunch with her, it was not a big star-studded event because she never spoke to us poor little peons down on the end of the table. You know, we were just there so it looked good in the picture, you know. So, but yeah, I've talked about it some before, you know, and
Sounds like
it was fun.
sounds like it was directed by Cecil B. DeMille's. You know his famous line, extras, more extras?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. We were extras. My husband and I, they called us and said, Ellen, you got to come in here and bring Roy because we need some more people sitting at the table. I said, good, I'm going to get to meet the Queen. They said, no, you don't talk to the Queen unless she talks to you. I said, well, you know, I'm just one of those crazy girls from the colonies. So, you know, I might could get by with just walking up to her and say, hey, Lizzie, how you doing today? And they said, no, Ellen, please don't do that. So I was told no, not to do that. So, but it's fun. I'm too old now to go out there and put up with those 24-hour days and, you know, all that, because it is a major undertaking, as you know. Yeah, there's never any rest.
No.
Mm-mm.
Today you're going to talk to us about polio. So I'm going to.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot to share my screen first. Hang on. Helps if I do that. Oops. And I'm going to do this as a slideshow. How's that?
Okay. If I could get rid of this thing right in the middle of my screen, it would be great. But anyway, I know what the slides are. The gentleman that you see in the picture is Bernie Rydell. He's the the polio chair for Zone 33. We are in District 7730, as you know, but we are in Zone 33. So I just stuck his picture in here in case you ever see him anywhere. You can say, hi, Bernie, we saw you on TV. So, but let's talk about polio. You know, polio is a disabling and life-threatening disease caused by the polio virus. And it spreads from person to person and can infect the spinal cord, and that is how people become paralyzed. It hits home that even one child with polio is one child too many. Polio is such a terrible disease, as I said earlier, but it is preventable. Preventable. Let me see, get that word out. In 1988, there were 350,000 cases in 125 countries. Today, it only remains endemic for the wild polio virus in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Our current Rotary International president, Gordon McNally, said that it's time for us to go beyond what's necessary year to year and make sure that, we provide every resource to succeed as quickly as possible. He's asked for the district governors for their support to make polio a priority in every way this year. And when I finish the information tonight, I'm going to talk to you about an event that we're planning. Only about 1 in 12 members currently gives to polio, with fewer than 1 in 5 clubs donating their $1,500 each year. But we made a promise. We made a promise to the children of the world to give them a world free from polio. And we're going to do our doggonest to make sure we keep those promises. Next slide, please. Why polio and why Rotary? In 1979, Sir Clem Renouf, who was the RI president from Australia, and Dr. John Seaver, who was with infectious diseases, looked at polio. It was crippling, excuse me, over 1,000 children a day. And it was preventable with proven vaccine at that time. Vaccine could be administered by non-medical personnel and Rotary members that are all over the world. If you know, I'm sure some of you know that Nancy Barbie goes to India every year. She's got one headed out for in January 24. So if you've never been, it's a very eye-opening experience and a great chance to see exactly what it's like. Usually she goes to India and they go around and have inoculations at different places in different towns in India. We don't go to Pakistan or Afghanistan.
And
Next slide, please.
she spoke to our club last October.
Did she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nancy is the polio queen, you know. She really is. She works hard. Okay, next one. Next one. Okay, there you go. All right, if you look at the continents on the left, that was when we started in 1988. If you look at the information on the right, you notice there's just 2 little red squares, Afghanistan and Pakistan. There have been now more than 3 billion children immunized, and more than 20 million people are walking because of the polio eradication efforts. Next. Okay, these are our latest results. And Afghanistan had the most recent wild polio outbreak. And so now there are 6 cases in Afghanistan and 2 in Pakistan. But if you'll look down at the very bottom, the VDPV, which is the vaccine-derived polio virus, there have been 280 cases so far this year, compared to 391 for last year. And what those are, what happens is that somebody gets vaccinated for polio and it's in their body forever and ever and ever. And then they go to the bathroom in these countries, and, you know, most of the time they just go down to the river and, you know, use the bathroom there. And unfortunately, that's where the vaccine-derived polio virus comes from. But that does not count in our wild polio virus statistics. So
Is that saying the vaccine's not working, or that, or what?
somehow it mutates
Ah, okay.
when they pass it. Like I said, it gets in streams and water supplies, and people, drink the water, take a bath, whatever, and they pick it up. But it's not considered the same as the wild polio. That's the difference in the two. Okay, next one. If you'll see here, the little red dots, they are for human transmission, and the triangles in the teal are from the environment. This is what I was talking about, where they get the polio from water supplies, sewers, all sorts of things like that.
So is this like a multiple little red dots there?
That was human transmission in Afghanistan.
Okay. And there was
The problem we have in Afghanistan and Pakistan is that people live in the caves in the mountains. We've had Rotary volunteers that were actually killed by the Taliban. So, now it's mainly just Afghan women or Pakistan women that go and do the vaccinations now. Okay. Okay, there are 4 subnational geographies, and they account, like the slide says, for 85% of all of our cases since 2022. Northern Nigeria, Eastern DRC, South Central Somalia, and Northern Yemen. And this is the variant type 2. So the next slide. The novel oral polio vaccine, which is type 2, was introduced in 2021 to respond to the variant polio virus outbreaks. It's so they say it's more genetically stable and less likely to revert to a form that can cause paralysis. So there you can see an example of the novel vaccine. Okay, the next one, please. Okay, we have a strategy that's been set up for 2022 to 2026. And goal 1 was to permanently interrupt transmission of all polio virus in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And we're trying very diligently to get this to happen, but it hasn't happened yet. But, we're Rotarians, we'll keep going. And goal 2 is to stop the transmission of the variant polio virus type 2 and prevent outbreaks in polio-free regions. Okay. How do we achieve a polio-free world? Right now, we have in the neighborhood of 370 million children that are immunized. hundreds of thousands of polio funded workers. And there is intensified disease surveillance activities to be able to stay on top of any variants that may come along. Next slide. Okay, what's Rotary's role in polio eradication? Our jobs are to raise awareness, be engaged, be an advocate, and fundraise. You know, for every dollar that we donate, Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation gives us $2, so we get a $3 deal. So, you know, that's such a great opportunity. Okay, next page. And that's just an example of the $50 million goal is what is the goal we have this year. That's going to come from individual contributions, with all the clubs giving at least $1,500 and the districts giving at least 20% of their district designated funds, that the World Fund will match a $0.50 to $1. But the 50 million, as I just said, becomes 150 million because Gates matches it 2 to 1. You know, it is a great thing that we have Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They have done tremendous work for us. And, you know, we're so fortunate that we're able to have this type of matching. Next one.
Quick question on this. So, my understanding was that the $1,500 from the clubs was made up from the individual contributions, but that doesn't seem to be how this is written.
No, it's a club donation.
On top of the individual contributions.
It's what the club itself gives.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'm sure on the next, I'm sure you all have heard about the Polio Plus Society. You can become a member of the Polio Plus Society and get this pin if you contribute at least $100 to the Polio Plus Fund until the world is every year until the world is certified polio free. I don't know if any of you pay your dues by Rotary Direct. That's the way I have my my foundation giving, my polio giving is set up on Rotary Direct, because each month it just drafts my account and deposits it in the annual fund and the Polio Plus Fund. So this is a new pin from the one we've had in the past. I like this one much better. I like the drops on there. It sort of, you know, brings it full circle. If you want to get a Polio Plus Society toolkit, there's your source that you can go to get that.
So this is a pledge to give $100 every year until polio is eradicated.
Yes. It's
And
$100 a year. And that makes you a member of the Polio Plus Society. But
And I have those pins.
you have the pins?
I have those pins. I'd be happy to send them to any of our club members who would contribute.
And I will, Liza, I'll send you the form for people to fill out. Or did you get it on our conference call last week? Chris sent it to us. I don't know if you got it.
No, I did not save that.
Okay, I'll email that to you so that if anybody's interested in becoming a Paul Harris Society member, they can fill out that form and get it to me, and we can get you signed up. Next page. There is a Polio Plus Society group on Facebook. And this Polio Plus Society is helping us to end our fight with polio now. But you can go to endpolio.org/donate and sign up, or you can fill out the form that I'm going to send Liza for her to share with you. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one. I'll take right here's where I'll talk to you about our fundraiser. October the 24th is World Polio Day. And usually clubs go and have some kind of event. There is a lot of items on Rotary International, on Polio Plus, that you could pull a movie and show that to your group and log that as being your event for World Polio Day. But what the district is doing this year is on October
21.
the 20th. We're going to have two locations where people are going to actually have groups together that are going to be walking. One is going to be at New River YMCA on Gum Branch Road in Jacksonville, and that's going to be from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. that Friday night. I think I got that Friday night, the 20th. The other location is going to start at 6 p.m. on that Friday, the 20th, and end at 6 p.m. on that Saturday, the 21st, at Olson Park in Wilmington, where the Miracle Field is. You know, we'll be providing a live feed on Facebook from the Wilmington location. So if you don't want to get out and walk a long distance or register or be part of one of these two locations, you can walk down your driveway, walk in the mall, walk down the street, watch football games on Saturday and get up and walk from your chair to the kitchen to get you a snack and come back. And, you know, as long as you register and give us some money and take a picture of you walking, you know, we take it. That's all we want is you walking. You know, we know that it's not possible for everybody to be at a location, one of these locations. And so we've tried to make it as user-friendly as possible by allowing people to do whatever they feel like they need to do in order to be able to walk in this event. So we're really looking forward to it. I'll be in Wilmington Friday night, Saturday. And I'll be so glad when 6 p.m. Saturday gets there so I can go to sleep. But you know, it's for the kids. It's for get rid of this disease. This has been around forever and a day. Some of you probably don't know people that have had polio. I have never encountered it, but I started with my polio vaccinations when I was a little kid and got it on the sugar cube when I was in the 4th or 5th grade. I can't remember which grade, but we thought it was a big treat because we got this sugar cube. And so none of us really took it serious because we were young and we were just excited over the sugar cube. Hold on just a second. Let me get something I forgot to get.
While Ellen steps away, I have set us up as a club to be a team for the walkathon on the 20th and 21st. And I'd love to see more of us sign up. our scouts can help, can, can join this and walk as well. We can make teams for the individual units, if you have a unit that would like to participate. So there's lots of ways to participate in this.
So Liza, I have a question. So my Webelos, Dan, my fourth graders, I got a dozen of them.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to do the Webelos Walkabout, which is 3 miles. And because we're going to do it for Polio Plus, we also earn the Messenger of Peace Award.
Excellent.
And so we're going to go and we're going to walk on that Saturday, the 20th. We're going to do our 3 mile Webelos Walkabout. And I was going to register us as a team, but I'd rather just be part of the club. And, we'll send in pictures and all that stuff, but that would be a great deal. So I wrote to our council executive and said, even though this is a fundraiser for a different organization, can the kids wear a uniform? And he said, yes, because we consider this more of a service project than a fundraiser. And so that might be something that we can spread out with our club, is to get our scouts out there in uniform. And like I said, our kids are going to get their Webelos Walkabout, they're going to get their Messenger of Peace Award, and they're going to raise some money for polio. So everybody wins on that one.
Excellent. So are
So I
they,
think my question is do we register as a separate group, or do we just register as part of the club?
It doesn't matter to me. I think it would be fun to have you as a separate group so that we have more groups out there that are doing this. And you'll get more recognition, the DIN 5 of Webelos from PAC, blah, blah, blah. Is one of our groups.
Okay. Yeah, I want to
Right.
make sure the club gets some credit for it too,
Yeah. So are they out getting donations for this as well?
Yeah, we're gonna get to donations. That was the other, I'm gonna have that question for Ellen as she comes back is
I'm back.
so I give $10 a month. And what I'd like to do is pledge for the coming year. Hey, Ellen, you're back.
Yes.
So I want to I'll share with you very quickly. So my Webelos, which are 4th grade Cub Scouts, I got a dozen of them. And we're really going to benefit from this because the kids have a 3 mile walkabout they have to do. And they also can earn the Messenger of Peace Award. And what the Messenger of Peace Award is, it's an award that scouts can earn from the World Scouting Association if they participate in some of the Sustainable Development Goals. And of course, World Health and Polio is one of those things. So they get a special award just for participating in this. And so we're going to walk our 3 mile walk, and we're going to do it for the weekend for the polio. And we're going to make sure we get recognition, put some signs out there or banners or whatever. And so I'm wondering, can I pledge I usually pledge $10 a year. Can I pledge my $10 a year for this event so that basically the kids get credit for raising that kind of money?
Yeah.
I can just make that pledge and say that's what I'm going to do, and I don't want to double my pledge.
Yeah. You can go on that website and that Lizel has that she'll send to you all. You can go to that website and make your donation.
So I can make a pledge, not a donation, but a pledge.
Yeah, you pledge that you're going to give that. Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Pat, there is a way that you can put in there your Rotary member number, and it will connect to your donation that you're giving.
Okay. And Ellen, I was trying to find a picture, but the Afghan Scout Association has taken on, and they're doing polio vaccinations over there as one of the scout projects for the Afghan Scout Association.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah, I need to find a picture of that. That's a good thing to put up there.
Oh, yeah. What I wanted to show you is I don't know if any of you've ever gone with Nancy, but this is the size of the vial that the vaccine is in. So I just wanted to show that to you while we were on the phone.
Are we about done? Shall I go to the next page?
Yeah.
Okay. And we are at 7, you know, at the top of the hour, so we'll want to wrap up here quickly.
Okay. We can skip over this page because we've talked about the 150 for that.
Right.
And this is a picture of the directors of Rotary International and their commitment to help eradicate polio. So go to the next page. So is polio in your rearview mirror? We want it in everybody's rearview mirror. Okay, the next page. Like I said earlier, some people have never experienced any event of polio. A lot of people think polio has been eradicated because we have so few cases, and they say, well, you know, let's call it a day. It's the end. You know, we don't have any more. And, you know, they're saying, you know, the eradication is no longer a bright and shiny new project. And the district always gives 20% of their district designated funds to Polio Plus. And, you know, go to the next page. We can just wrap it up with that. We just want to ensure we reach our $50 million goal and leverage the Gates match 2-to-1. Ensure the districts give their DDF. That's something Alan has to do. Ensure clubs contribute at least $1,500, but I can tell you that not every club does. Sustain Rotary and the world's commitment to polio eradication through awareness raising activities, and register your club's World Polio Day event at endpolio.org. But we have a different website to register. And like I said, Lizel has that. We also have shirts for sale. She has that information as well. And all of that money will go to Polio Plus. If you look at the last little picture, she's a cute little girl, where she says, together we end polio. And that's a very true statement. Together we will end it. So I thank you all for inviting me. It was a great opportunity for me to come and talk with you, since I'm the district polio chair this year. So if you have any questions or I can help you with anything, just let me know.
Thank you, Ellen.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Ellen. Any questions?
How soon can we get the shirts if we ordered them?
I think they say it's a week.
And I would say it's longer. I
Mhm.
ordered mine a couple of weeks ago, I think. Oh,
Have you
maybe
gotten
not.
yours?
Maybe I ordered it last Sunday or Monday.
Have you
And
gotten yours?
I haven't, as far as I know, I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay.
We're gonna
There's
use
short
some-
sleeve t-shirts. There's sweatshirts, hoodies. So there's a lot to choose from.
Yeah, Liza, I haven't seen that yet. So yeah, do they have
Okay.
youth?
There are youth sizes now. Added those this week. Pat, do you see the stuff that I'm putting on the members page?
No, I don't look at
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I put it out. I shared it over there when it was posted to the
Okay.
to the district's website or
Oh,
Facebook
For
page.
some reason, it doesn't go to me automatically, so I have to go and look it up.
Okay. I'll send out an email with all of it on it too. Okay. Anything
Okay.
else before I stop sharing?
No, that's it.
Okay. And then
Thanks.
stop recording.